Hey guys, how's it going? Predator Hunting Grounds offline mode, would it work? That's the title to this video. This is a question I've been asking myself ever since the game came out. For instance, if you want to play as a Predator, for example, like in my case, I suck really bad. I mean, normally I'm the Predator that stays on board the spacecraft, ordered by the elders to stand there and cook all the fucking meals, you know? Wait for the warriors to come back, bring the spinal columns and pig carcasses and make a nice stew for the warriors to go back out into battle. You know what I mean? I'm that bad. But you can at least, with an offline mode, practice your hunting skills against an elite level fire team, an AI fire team, and find out what class and loadout suits you the best. But here lies the problem with AI. Now, speaking from personal experience against AI opponents, I am left feeling cheated by AI that know what you're about to do and react in an inhuman way, forcing you to play in such a way that when you feel ready for online play, your tactics are all ballsed up, you know, they're all wrong. Take for instance Bot Zone and Killzone 2. Now, I know it's an old game from PS3, but you PS4 players who play this excellent game might remember PS3's Killzone 2 and how popular that was online. And not many people played Bot Zone when the servers were open, right? But don't bother playing as a cloaked sniper because the AI can see you, whereas a human player would have to use his own eyes to spot you, you know, there's problems like that. Another example is a popular game on my channel, UFC 3. Now, I don't really like the game very much for these reasons, right? I don't like to play online because it's one of the most toxic communities going. You know, and I don't bother if somebody kicks my ass in a video game. I'm not going to stand there crying or give you shit on the mic and start going on with myself. You know, it's just one of them things. It's disappointing, but you move on, you get on with it. Now, this game against a legendary AI opponent is absolutely ridiculous because of the way the AI is programmed, right? I don't want to dwell on this too long, but let me explain as briefly as I can, because these kind of AI tactics would not work in Predator Hunting Grounds. In that game, you perform any kind of move and you're basically inputting information into the CPU, which then carries out your instruction, be it a Superman punch or a leg kick, which the AI then reacts to. Now, this is where AI program has to be really clever, because in that game, the AI is basically psychic and reacts in a split second according to what you're doing, which makes it so unrealistic and unfair, because when you press buttons, you are basically telling the CPU what you're doing and it reacts with the perfect counter as soon as the bloody buttons are pressed, you know? It's like if you throw a leg kick, you could throw one leg kick in one round, and the chances that AI will check that leg kick is very, very high, and it makes it, you end up going, you what? How would it possibly know that leg kick was about to be thrown, you know? If you play against a great player online, he will check your leg kicks, but only because he's recognised your pattern of play. The AI is totally different, because you basically press a button and you tell him the fucker what you're doing, you know what I mean? You know, it just makes it unfair, and it's just programmed all wrong. And like I say, I don't want to see this in Predator Hunting Grounds. Now, with all this in mind, obviously you don't want psychic AI that make using stealth tactics pointless. For example, I played with the most stealthy class and perk system available to stay at a distance to try to work out where the predator is attacking from, you know? And I've had my cover totally blown away by the AI being printed on the screen directly behind me and opening fire. A human player though, would find it hard to find you and have to take a lot of damage before he works out where you are. But the AI knows exactly where you are, because it doesn't have to use eyesight to spot you, because the CPU is using algorithms to print the AI on screen. Just imagine finding some bushes on a rock and crouch while inflicting massive damage on the predator, only to have your position totally given away by AI soldiers that start firing on you from behind because the CPU knows your exact position on the map, you know? You know, this is not what you want, and this, you know, I think these kind of problems is why an offline mode hasn't yet been introduced. And of course, many of us want to see an offline mode as well as a campaign mode to justify what we paid for, you know, especially deluxe edition, you know, deluxe edition owners, I can't say it. I want to be able to set up the AI fire team as hard as possible to play against the predator, but only if the AI fire team is realistically programmed. I know it's easier said than done, I know. Alternatively, play as a fireteam player against an advanced elite level predator. Plus the fact that you could play as often as you'd like as a predator with no waiting times, you know? This would be ideal, and you'd be getting more from the game and wouldn't feel so shortchanged, you know what I mean? An offline campaign mode should be in it, because at the end of the day there's an underlying story to this game with Dutch and the OWLF and Stargazer. So why not dramatise the story by actually acting it out in a campaign mode? You know, it seems an obvious thing to do to give this game a decent campaign which carries on the Predator franchise, because after Predators it all went tits up with the Predator, didn't it? At least in the game they have a chance to put it right story wise with the continuation of the story with Dutch, something the movies didn't get right. I won't mind a Predator killer suit though. But anyway, these are my thoughts on an offline mode, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Brought a little extra fun for everybody.
I think we've been made. Check these coordinates. Check these coordinates.
That's what we're here for. Grab it.
Might as well take a
Nice work.
souvenir.
Let's double time it to the extraction zone. We gotta get out of this jungle.
EXFIL location marked. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Come on. Oh.
Fresh bandages, first aid.
Butt it up.
Unknown
I'm
device.
seeing a
Looks like a
secondary
trap.
objective nearby. Up to you if you want to make some extra cash.
Patching up. First aid found. Looks like a fucked up bear trap. We need to get out of here. Trap! Grab some ammo.
Solid copy, Voodoo. Chopper inbound. We're trying to escape. Stop now.
Jamming infrared. That's all of them.
There.
Going smoke.
Get past that.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Enemy spotted.
Changing back.
Still works.
First aid right here.
First aid found.
Never been happier to hear that loud ass piece of shit.
Enemy hostile spotted.
hope to see you again in 150 years. Good night.